Okay, Poke friends, here we are. I'm back in my home gym. And man, it's good to be home. But I'm here to talk about my Pokemon Worlds trip, what I think of Pokemon Worlds, what I think of the winners of Pokemon Worlds, and we'll check out some of the things I acquired on my trip on my way back. I didn't stop anywhere on the way there. First off, I lost my knife, so little stop at Bass Pro, Outdoor World, Cabela. It's got 3 names apparently. And then I had to get this awesome torch lighter because, yeah. So, let's talk about the worlds and the winners. Man, it's pretty much the decks I expected, but I don't know. I just can't. I feel like if you bring that shit, bring your Gardevoir, bring your Dragapult, bring any of the stuff on this list I'm about to show you to my local tournament night. And I mean, there's plenty of people playing those too there, but we got something for that shit. The only thing on that list that even would give my Garchomp any kind of trouble is the Ogerpon, because it hits me for weakness, but other than that, it's not that big a deal. Plus, I can one-shot that shit all day long with the Garchomp. I think the decks that are being used are not the best ones. I'm calling out all the people, the top 10 in the world. You guys got no imagination. You guys are not the best players. You just played a lot and got the points to get there. I promise you, there's people at leagues, small leagues like mine, all over the United States, probably the world, that would trounce you in that garbage you guys bring basically off the shelf trash. I challenge any of you, come to Double Infinity Games, Royal Palm Beach, Florida. We will beat your ass. Now that that's out of the way, check out some of this stuff. This will start, like I said, I didn't go anywhere. I had to get out there. We drove out to World, so I didn't make any stops on the way there. So we'll start with, we got the sleeves. That's just a couple because I already sleeved up my Garchomp deck for, like I said, any of you from Worlds. You make it down to Florida, we got you. We'll beat your ass all the way back to Anaheim and then wherever else you came from there. But yeah, that was awesome. I don't know where the deck box went. I had a deck box with them. Most of you guys seen it. I got a lot of deck bling. We stopped at, the first place we stopped at was called Force Boulder. And when I was doing game collecting, I wanted to go there real bad. But now I'm mostly done with game collecting, so it was kind of just a novelty. But man, I scored all the VHSs for $1. And I don't know about you guys, but I like VHS. It's fun. And like some of this movie is hilarious and hard to find. It's never on streaming, so bam. Bunch of movies from there for $1. So next up on the way home, and what ended up being pretty much the highlight of the trip, I don't know, Alright, this next stop, this basically was the highlight of the trip, even though I just came from Worlds. I'm not complaining about my experience at Worlds, it was just a lot, and you guys know I was by myself, so I didn't get the full Worlds experience that I was hoping for, but it was my first one, so hopefully there's at least 2 more in my future, and we'll make more of the next couple. But so the next stop was Retro Rick's Game Point, and that's another place that I haven't really been wanting to go there quite as long as Force Boulder, but I knew Force Boulder is kind of like, nothing against them, that place is fun and awesome. Oh man, they have so much good stuff, but it's more like a neighborhood hole in the wall. And Retro Rick's got his place where it's like an event. It's almost an attraction. It's just going there. So I was super excited for that. And then also I knew Game Force, like I said, it's a game store, and I still game some, but I'm not really collecting, so it didn't have that much for me besides the experience. Now, Retro Rick's started out a game store, and the Pokemon have been taken over, and I've been watching on YouTube as that happened, so I knew Retro Rick's got something for me. I knew it. And at least half of these loose cards are from Retro Rick. And I took pictures of all the places we stopped, so I'll run them through so you guys can see from the outside. But I got tons of Lucy's for my decks, for I don't know, for my decks, plural, but a bunch of stuff for my Cynthia and a couple for my Marnie, because those are my main two decks right now, because they actually kick ass. I got these 2 packs for $3.99 a piece. How can you even beat anything in Pokemon for that much? Sealed product. And one of these, I'm pretty sure, is a 25th anniversary McDonald's pack. I don't know. I think these are McDonald's packs, but we'll rip those on the channel eventually. And you see this, I always see this being resealed, because I noticed now that this one has this thing, and all the ones I see online are just plastic wrap, so somebody's been inside of them. And this was at least $10 cheaper than I've ever seen it. So yeah, Retro Rick's, all the Pokemon stuff, and all the games too. It's a great place. Toys, everything 90s, a bunch of 80s and 90s stuff. Definitely check out Retro Rick. Plus, watch his channel. You'll see he's a nice guy, and so man, it was like stepping into an episode of his YouTube channel being in there. I didn't bother him because he was dealing with some people came from some foreign land. I don't know. It was definitely Europe, but I don't know what country. And he was talking to them, and then he's talking business. So I let him do his thing. I did my thing, but he's the real deal. Definitely get in there. Next place we stopped was called the Game Vault, and it was more of a sports card, another little hole in the wall in a parking lot, but they had some good stuff, and I think I only got one thing from there, because the problem, I would have filmed more in these places, but they all had some kind of, either the next place was full of people, but this place had a couple of people, and one guy was being loud, and they're having a boisterous conversation with I don't know if he's the owner, but whoever was working there. So I just took a couple pictures. We'll slide them in here too. And I think all I got from that place, I'll just show it because it's only one card, was this. But I got here a ton of illustration rares, full arts, whatever. This is all for my deck stuff from that didn't come in there. Alright, I'm pretty sure all this came from I'm pretty sure this is what I got from Retro Rick's Game Point, besides the Charizard 10. And my girl, I don't know if you guys remember, she got the the Charmander. These two I actually got from an antique store in Boulder. I don't even remember the name of it. It wasn't really a card shop. They had all kinds of everything. And then we went to a place called, oh, this is also from Retro Rick's. A couple, I don't know, I didn't get everything together right, so sorry about that. But and then the last place we went to, I was a little sad because it was their tournament night, and the tournament had started at 6, and we were heading there at 7. So I knew obviously I'm not gonna be able to get in that tournament. So, but the cool thing was it was just finishing up when we got there, and I got definitely some of this from there. So that was called Kingsway Collectibles, I think, and Benell finally back home in Florida, and that looked like a fun place to play League Night because it was pretty full. I didn't count, but at least 10 people, maybe more. So we had a pretty good trip, other than not making it to League Night in Boulder. And the people, the crazy thing about that to me was, I feel like in my League Night we make room, but I don't know. Part of it is I didn't really explain what was going on that much, because already my temper, I knew that if I explain everything exactly and they still don't get in, I'm not going to be able to accept that. So I just left. But it's partly because I play this a lot and I see what happens when people come into my league and how we act versus how they were acting. I could tell they didn't care. Like, everybody was like, that's fine, and turned around. At my league, everybody would be like, oh, hold on, let's see what we can do. So yeah, fuck you. How about that? Boulder, just the whole city of Boulder really is kind of shitty. So that was what I felt about Boulder. The rest of the trip was pretty good. The drive, this country it's huge, it's insane, and it's pretty unbelievable how different every city is, every state, and you could just see the people are different. They carry themselves differently. So yeah, we had a pretty good trip overall. And also we ate at all the craziest fast food places like Jollibee and shit you never heard of, like Bounds. Check that out. Freddy's, man, that was some good shit. And then a bunch of the standards like Whataburger. Anything that you don't really see in South Florida, which is surprisingly a lot, we try to hit. So yeah, world's trip. It's definitely a lot. If you can do it, I recommend it. And obviously travel the country and see everything you can. Thanks for watching.